So just one of the disciplines left in this Sudirman Cup clash between the Netherlands and Canada. That's after the Netherlands have a 3-1 lead going into it, the women's doubles. Selena Peek and E.Muskens taking on Alex Bruce and Phyllis Chan. Two relatively new partnerships, really. Although one of them, as Morten will tell us in a moment, being rekindled. There is Alex Bruce leading the players out. To mention already after watching Michelle lead in the women's singles how they made the headlines in the Olympic Games in London. Already had a peek at Selena, haven't we, in the mixed doubles?
Yes, she played mixed, and she's one of the new hopefuls of Dutch badminton. She's done really well on the junior scene, on World Juniors, so I'm sure they're expecting quite a lot from her.
Playing with E.Muskens and just shaking hands there with match referee for this one, Kanshin Juna Korea.
Canada, hello. This side, full service. Muskens. Service, full leadership.
Chan, who was here for the 2011 Sudirman Cup. Both these girls at university on the Canadian side. Bruce from Toronto at the Western University in Ontario, and Chan at the University of British Columbia. Selena Peek, another who attends at university. So all these girls have to get their studies done while trying to improve in their badminton career. Nothing really to show really from that. The world ranking of 244 doesn't really tell us anything. They've only been together really for one event, although you were telling me, Morten, that they used to play a lot together when they were younger.
Yes, they used to play in their junior years from they were like 14 years old, and I just spoke to Selena, and she said she was you know, happy to revive the partnership and was looking forward to it. So I'm looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, E.Muskens is someone who's suffered badly with injury. She returned just about a year ago after a year and a half out with a shoulder injury. So obviously now fit enough, and a partnership that's back. But this is the Canadian pair. They're ranked 164, but as you can see, unbeaten according to the stats. We have not played together in 2013, and 6-0 in terms of what they've done. They won the doubles title in February in the national championships, which obviously don't count to BW, but unbeaten there.
Yes.
And they won the Pan American Championships in October.
Okay.
So it's a good start, isn't it?
It is.
And they also won in their women's doubles match against the French as well, the day before last. Confirmation there of our referees, the service judge you were seeing there, Lakpriya of Sri Lanka.
And how did the Dutch pair fare against the French?
They haven't played the French yet. They got them. Sorry, against the French. I beg your pardon. Yeah, the Dutch have got the French to play tomorrow. They beat the Austrian pair.
Oh, that was the Austrian. Okay.
Yeah, they beat the Austrians that they took on.
That's the match that's missing.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. Now the Dutch are in a game against the French. It will be important to see who actually wins this group. And then who has a chance of going into the match that will see them win level 2. But just to remind you, no promotion, even if you win level 2. It will be based on the world rankings in 2 years' time.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Netherlands, represented by Selena, E.Muskens. On my left, Canada, represented by Phyllis, Putra. Netherlands to serve, E.Muskens to Phyllis. No ball, play.
So the final of the 5 rubbers underway here. The women's doubles. They've all been pretty one-sided affairs so far. Got the feeling this one might be a bit tighter.
I think you're right in that.
She's served short.
1-all.
There's a good block by E.Muskens here.
1. Sorry, 1. Service over. 2-3. Sorry, all. Service fall. Service over.
Serve 7 from too high, an angle. Service fault called.
I was getting into trouble there. Well played by Bruce.
4-all.
Good pressure, kept it on. That's a good smash to the forehand side of the body. Quite hard to retrieve. Well placed. So far it's a lot on serve and return.
Service over. 6-5.
Played.
Yeah, first really good rally, I think. Well constructed by the Dutch. Good attack all the way. And that cross court there really did the damage.
Good power from Bruce through the middle.
Yeah. Tall girl.
6-8.
Just clip the tape.
Server 8. Service over. 9-7.
That's a very clever thing of the Dutch. What we saw here, I think it's important for the Dutch pair when they lift, they keep moving. Bruce, see, she had to move to play that shot. She's not having it just standing still and smashing, but she really had to move for it, and that's where she tends to make more mistakes, especially because she's such a tall girl. So I think that was a clever move by the Dutch players.
Drive it and lift it with pace as opposed to just playing it that soft in there, pressing forward quite a bit. You okay with that? Okay, let's go, girls. Work together and set each other up. I like that one switch, Alex, when you came back and helped me.
7-7, the interval lead here for the Dutch pair.
11-7, play.
They've taken 4 points in a row now.
12-7. Service over, 8-30. Service 4-4. Service over.
That's something we've seen a lot in this tournament. Faults on the flick serve by the service judge. So they have been very alert on it.
10-8.
Again, another example of how important it is to move Bruce as much as possible when she hits, so she can't use her height and power. Oh, that's a bad miss.
Yeah, she got there, didn't she, Pete?
Yeah.
9-50.
Positive play by the Dutch pair.
16-9. Service over, 10-60.
Good attacking play.
Service over,
Again, they really have been, after what was a very even start, they've been very aggressive.
Yeah. Good on the return of serve and then setting it up from there.
Service over, 11-17.
That's good move in by Selena there.
And also well read as well.
It was.
She measured up the situation pretty quickly.
11.
She could see Bruce was getting pushed there. There she's pushed and then she's moving in. So obviously don't know all the scores of the previous matches by the Canadian pair, whether they won in 2 or 3, but at the moment they look like they are going to lose one of the first sets ever.
Yeah, still another 8 game points here for the Dutch pair.
20.
Well played. It was a very solid and attacking, aggressive display from Muskens and Peak there. Raced away in the end with this opening set, 21 points to 12.
Maar als je er 1, 2 nog een keer, dan kan Selena eigenlijk meteen instellen. Ja. Dan kunnen ze nooit afblokken.
The same as how the Dutch want it to go. Fight back required here from the Canadian pair of Chan and Bruce.
Second game, Lumpur, play. One, love. Service over, 1 all.
Oh, that was the high serve.
Service over, 2, 1.
Too easy to put away.
Sorry, 1.
The Dutch pair is playing with much higher pace at the moment than the Canadian, and obviously scoring points just due to the pace. That's way out.
Oh, can't believe she played it.
No.
Didn't she get a call as well? End up losing the point.
Yeah.
Service over, 4.
It shows it's so much easier to sit here.
Yeah, true.
Sorry, 4.
She tried her best from down there.
She's a very delightful girl. She's very positive.
Oh, thought about leaving that one,
Yeah.
and she got away with it.
Service over, 5.
Again, a mistake on the Canadians' behalf, that they are not following up. As soon as they see the shuttle drop on the baseline, they have to rush to the net, making sure this couldn't happen.
Sometimes you get matches that go the distance, sometimes matches that are over quickly. I think this time yesterday in the game between Denmark and Japan, you're still on match 3 of the 5.
I don't think even that.
7, 3.
First 2 matches were really long.
Just struggling, isn't she, to
8, 3.
deal with things at the moment.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's one of the best rallies in the match so far. Oh, that's good. Right into the tall girl's racket.
4, 8.
Yeah, that was a bit ambitious.
8. Service over. 9, 5.
That's good power from Selena. Smashing twice and Bruce, and then changing tactics and going cross to Chan. And it really worked well. Finding the baseline quite well, the Canadian pair. A few times the Dutch has been really in doubt whether to leave it or not.
Yeah, because we've seen a few pairs struggle, haven't we, players at this end, particularly the court with the drift inside this Putra Stadium, but no, they're doing it well. Making those kind of errors.
11, 6,
And 5 points down, the Canadians at the interval. Already, of course, a set down, staring defeat in the face. The Dutch looking good.
Zij hebben nog niet echt een crossfield gespeeld. Durf ik het niet meer te doen. En als we het doen, dan gaan we misschien voor de wedstrijd na. Eigenlijk de enige optie is, ze moeten maar cross-out spelen. Ja, dat durf ik. Ja?
41, 20 seconds. 41, 20 seconds.
Good fire out here. Good fire.
Alex.
But, from what we've seen here,
11, 6.
there's it's a partnership, Muskens and Peak, that well, could well flourish.
Yeah, I think so too. 2 young players.
21, 6.
And it's a very strange situation they have in the Dutch camp at the moment, or in Dutch badminton, so to speak, because at the moment it looks like that the Dutch Badminton Association is closing down their national centre, and means that the players have to sort out their own trainings and stay together in areas where they can train together and all that, because their funds are simply running dry.
Yeah, it's a poor state of affairs. Me and Jill were talking about it as well earlier, that only one player is going from the World Championships as it stands through the federation, Eric Pang, who we saw earlier in the men's singles. But if the money's not there, it's not there.
Nope. And it's due to lack of performance, so to speak, that the Dutch international players have not really produced the medals, and therefore the funds are getting cut down, and but it's only kind of biting itself.
Yeah, kind of a decreasing circle, isn't it?
It is.
4 points in a row there for the Canadian pair, but Piek and Muskens, 3-point lead still, make that 4.
14-10. Service over. 11-14. Service over.
Yeah,
15-12.
that's what the Canadian not needed. Service mistake.
Yeah. Just as they were closing it in.
Yeah, they're definitely closing in. Now into their favourite position with Chan at the back and Bruce at the front. Capitalising again.
Service over. 13-15.
Got it to rhythm. 1 point now.
14-15.
12-5 at one stage in this match.
Service over. 16-14.
That one is a good shot. I honestly think that the Dutch could really exploit that mid-court area a bit more. Seems that there are lots of points to be won from that.
Service over. 15-16.
But the Dutch are getting a little bit shaky now as well. Another one there. Well played.
Service over. 17-15.
She's good Bruce at the net. Every time she sort of gets into it, she managed to finish it. I think she's done well.
Well, going to the umpire's chair, found 2 shuttlecocks there.
Service over. 19-16.
It's going out.
Match
point.
Chan, as you say, match points, 4 of them for the Dutch pair of Piek and Muskens here. Unsaved.
Service over. 17-20.
That's good play. Well played by Chan.
Well,
Very sharp.
3 saved,
Yes.
1 to go.
20.
And if I were the Dutch, I would play mid-court area.
Well played, lovely winning point, and it's Piek and Muskens who finished the job here for the Dutch. The Netherlands coming out on top 4-1, a straight sets win of 21-12, 21-19 over Bruce and Chan.
Match won by New Zealand. 21, 21, 21.
Moving Bruce quite well on that rally there. Left it and it was way in.
Well, convincing victory in the end for the Dutch pair. 4-1 the final score after Piek and Muskens take the women's doubles. Well, we started off with the mixed doubles. Selena Piek, who we just saw in the women's doubles, playing alongside Ruud Bosch. And it took just 25 minutes for them to get the better of Toby Ung and Grace Gow. Eric Pang taking on Martin Guifre, who has wasn't expected really to threaten Pang, given the fact that he hasn't played really at this level before. But there were stages in the game where he was getting the better of Pang, but the 31-year-old got through in the end, 21-17, 21-14. And Ruud Bosch was quickly back on court, this time alongside Koen Ridder, taking on Adrian Liu and Derek Ung. And again, it was a pretty rapid fire match. Points won pretty quickly. 21-12, 21-16 the final score. The only joy for Canada, well, that came in the women's singles with Michelle Lee taking on Patty Stolzenbach. 21-14, 21-13 the scoreline in this one. And then to finish it all off, just now the women's doubles. Piek and Muskens with the joy for the Netherlands, who took their first match against Austria 5-0. Not quite as convincing because of Michelle Lee's win in the women's singles. 2 defeats out of 2 now for Canada, having lost to the French as well. So confirmation of 4-1 scoreline for the Dutch in their favour. It means all to play for in their final group game tomorrow against France, who are still out on court, but I can tell you are going to win the points against Austria. All to play for then in terms of who's going to win Group B. But from Morten and myself, until the match between Russia and America later on tonight, it's bye for now.